Hey guys, NTL here. What's going on? Just want to start off by saying don't forget to check out our last video covering the top 10 anime upcoming sequels you should watch. There will be a link to that video in the top right corner of this screen, in addition to our playlist designed just for you. You guessed right, we're back with more great content for you guys, and in today's video we'll be covering the top 10 anime rage moments. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turning on those post notifications lets you stay updated with every new drop. I do want to remind everyone that this video might contain potential spoilers, so do enter at your own risk. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's jump right in. Starting out this list is the moment Natsu rages over future Lucy's death. Mashima really sells the pain that Natsu experiences as genuine and authentic emotion. Future Rogue, who viewed Lucy as a threat, chose to eliminate her, in turn prompting her future counterpart to sacrifice herself to protect Lucy, resulting in her death. Enraged by this, Natsu releases an outcry, vowing to make sure that he does not steal his Lucy's future away from her. This results in an epic battle ensuing between Natsu and Future Rogue, considered as one of the greatest one-on-one fight sequences within the entire series. And the ninth spot for rage scenes in anime is Guts' rage during the eclipse. After being tortured for over a year, Griffith is finally saved by his teammates, the Band of Hawk, and to repay this, he decides to sacrifice them in an event called the Eclipse. Griffith uses their souls as payment to transcend his human form, violating Casca, Guts' love interest, in front of him out of spite. This drives Guts mad to the point that he dismembers his own arm to attack Griffith. This instant, taking place within the series Berserk, written and illustrated by Kentaro Miura, deserves a spot on this list as one of the most rage-filled scenes in anime, capturing both the pure and carnal rage that Guts feels in this moment. Tokyo Ghoul, written by Sui Ishida, must have one of the most epic rage scenes, being the moment Kaneki snaps on Jason. In Jason's attempt to set Rize free from Kaneki's psyche, he tortures Kaneki for 10 days, making him count down from 1,000 in increments of 7. Jason goes further by cutting off Kaneki's fingers and toes and feeds them to him. As a result, this leads to Kaneki's freedom. The manga portrays this by Kaneki biting Jason, resulting in his RC levels being restored enough to break free from the clutches of his captor. Being tortured for such a long duration of time, Kaneki absolutely demolishes Jason, finally tapping into the full capabilities of Rize's Kakuho, with Jason's torture acting as a catalyst for his transformation. In 7th place is Hyakimaru's rage in the series Dororo, written and illustrated by Osamu Tezuka. This moment is one of the most intense within the show and really showcases the pain and strife that Hyakimaru feels as he realizes his weakness and helplessness. This wrath comes on as a result of witnessing Mio's death, which makes his scene pack more of a punch. This is true even more so when it's revealed that in fact it was Kagemitsu Daigo, his biological father, that issued her execution. As a result of Mio's death, Hyakimaru spirals down the rabbit hole with no other outlet to vent his anger and frustration as he slowly recalls all the tender moments they shared. This leads to his massacre of the group sent to murder her as a form of retaliation and grief. This scene must undoubtedly be one of the top moments of rage ever portrayed within anime. Next up is a scene that takes place within Mob Psycho, written and illustrated by One. This involves Mob's outrage when he finds out that Koyama has kidnapped his little brother Ritsu, mistaking him for himself. Although Koyama initially controls the pace of the fight, he makes a critical error by striking down Ritsu, infuriating Mob as a result. This only ends up leading Mob's animosity level to reach 100%. Due to this, Mob becomes extremely overpowered and unstable, with Koyama not being able to retaliate even in the slightest. The animation and art of the scene is simply amazing and visually stunning in its progression. Following up in the 5th spot on this list is the moment when Saras becomes a true vampire in Hellsing Ultimate, written and illustrated by Kota Hirano. This scene is one full of many emotions, as you can feel the pain in Saras' voice when she screams full of hatred directed at Zorin. In this moment, she reluctantly ingests Pip's blood, and by doing so, fully manifesting her innate abilities as a true-blooded Draculina. What's so great about this moment is that you can simply see the pure and utter fear within Zorin's eyes as he realizes that things are not about to end well for him. This instant is arguably one of the most iconic scenes within the series and really captures the essence of Saras Victoria as she finally succumbs to her inner nature, unleashing waves of fury directed at any foe within her path. At number 4 is the moment when Obito witnesses and experiences the death of Ren through his Sharingan link with Kakashi. This scene takes place within Naruto Shippuden. Kishimoto really excels in emotions of rage and sadness, and this scene captures both perfectly. After essentially being held hostage by his savior, this benefactor gives Obito the means to regain control of his body after an accident that left him immobilized. On his way home, he gets greeted with the death of the woman he loves by the hand of his best friend, sending him on a killing spree of every enemy within his vicinity. This event shatters Obito to the core and everything that he has stood up for up to this point within the story. This is one of the craziest scenes, guys. You definitely have to watch it. The third in line on this list is none other than Mustang vs Envy and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Arakawa delivers yet another great and powerful scene using fan favorite Roy Mustang and the homunculi Envy. This one is filled with torture, literally. Mustang continuously scorches Envy due to the damage inflicted on his subordinate Hawkeye. The damage is done until Envy is reduced to nothing but his parasitic form. If there's anything that I learned from this scene, it's never to make Roy Mustang mad. This scene is a collection of rage and showcases an onslaught of attacks directly with both chaos and animosity. You have to admit it, guys, this is a scene filled with nothing but rage and we simply can't get enough of it. The second place on this list goes to the rage of Goku on Planet Namek vs Frieza, taking place in Dragon Ball Z, written and illustrated by Akira Toriyama. This scene is one that hits hard, especially if you have watched the original Dragon Ball series and understand exactly how close Goku and Krillin are. Frieza, on one of his whims, decides to obliterate Krillin right in front of Goku and Gohan, filling Goku with a sense of powerlessness he has never felt before. This, in addition to Frieza's mockery of his friend's death, sends Goku over the edge and acts as a catalyst for his transformation into the legendary Super Saiyan. From this point on, Frieza is no longer able to keep up with Goku, with him completely controlling the pace of the battle. This scene is simply iconic and is one of the many reasons why it landed as second on this list. The most rage-filled scene on this list goes to Gon in Hunter x Hunter. Togashi honestly outdid himself this time, as the entire event sequence leading up to Gon's realization that Kite will never return is executed flawlessly. This begins with Kite performing recon on their new enemy, the Chimera Ants, which he reluctantly decides to bring along Gon and Killua. Unfortunately, this was more than the boys bargained for, quickly finding out how severely outmatched they are by Neferpitou. Seeing this, Kite decides to distract them, providing the two a chance to escape, leading to his ultimate demise. Things escalate further when Pitou, who promises Gon that he can in fact heal Kite, ends up lying to him, pushing Gon past the point of no return, resulting in Gon utterly demolishing Pitou. Well, that pretty much wraps up our list. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to check out our last one by clicking the link on the screen. And as always, it's never too late to like, comment, and subscribe to give us clues as to some videos you guys would be interested in.